Hey there, it's Gladys with today's burning question. And I'm sorry for any background noise. The moment I take on my camera, every helicopter, airplane, and human being in my neighborhood comes out. So I apologize for that. But today's burning question is, how can I tell if a man is emotionally available or if he's emotionally unavailable or not? And it's a really important question because, especially if you've been attracting men into your life, into your relationships or your dating experience that end up being emotionally unavailable, and I'll explain what that means, then, and you want to break that pattern, it is important to know what the signs are. Because usually at the beginning of dating, most people are on their best behavior. You know, the person's making an effort to reach out to you, they're chatting back and forth, they're telling you the best parts about themselves. And it's also true that from the beginning, there are some signs when somebody is emotionally unavailable. And I'm probably going to combine emotionally unavailable and relationally unavailable. What relationally unavailable means is they are in another relationship. They are either still married. It doesn't matter how long they've been separated or how long they tell you they've been trying to get divorced or how crazy they tell you that their spouse is or their ex-girlfriend, because they're never going to tell you all the wonderful things about her. But if somebody is relationally unavailable, they are emotionally unavailable. Again, that's somebody who is still married, even if they're separated, until they are finally divorced, legally divorced, they are still married and unavailable for, marriage, commitment, the types of things that you want for yourself. And that's true for you too. I know you may not want to hear it if you're somebody who's in the middle of a separation and you're already dating. We can have a conversation about that at another time. I don't have that much time on this video, but so that's relationally unavailable. An emotionally unavailable person can show up in different ways. One of the most common ways is maybe they're sharing a lot about themselves, they're telling you about themselves, but they're not really making an effort to get to know you. That it may not seem like that's an emotional availability issue, but when you're first getting to know someone and you're really interested in getting to know them to see if they're a match, you want to ask questions, you want to be interested in them and their, what they like, what they don't like, what makes them happy. So if somebody's not asking you about you and they seem to be only talking about themselves, that could be a sign. Another sign of emotional unavailability is when you share something that either, let's say something emotional, like something that makes you happy, something that makes you scared, something that makes you, maybe you're anxious about or you're worried about, and the other person seemingly has no empathy. Like there is no, you don't sense, now this person is not responsible for your emotional stability. Even when you're in a relationship, even when you're married, your partner is never responsible for your emotional state. But if the person is not showing any kind of empathy, even pausing for a second to say, I'm really sorry that happened to you, or I'm really happy with you, then that could be a sign of emotional unavailability. And then finally, if the person is consistently only interested in themselves. So I talked about at the beginning, as you're getting to know each other, and then as time goes on, they're only interested in their needs, in their wants, in their desires, in their dreams, and it seems like yours get pushed to the side. Now you also get to be responsible for that, because you get to say, I'm not feeling heard is different than saying you're not hearing me. I'm not feeling heard, I'm not feeling supported. But an emotionally unavailable person is also someone who's unable to treat you with the love, care, and respect, the tenderness that you desire and deserve. This isn't about having expectations or criteria for the person. It's really just checking in with yourself around, am I having the kind of experience that I want to have in a relationship? Am I having the kinds of conversations? Am I feeling great when I'm on the phone or with that person and when I'm not? If it seems like either emotions are withheld or emotions are lashed out, I would say those are 100% signs of emotional unavailability, because they're not emotionally available to you in the way that has you feel loved, seen, heard, held, understood. And if that's what you want to experience in a relationship for the rest of your life, and you're not experiencing it at the beginning, in the middle, or as you get to know them better, it's probably not going to get any better. So Those are some of the ways that you can tell if somebody's emotionally unavailable or available. If you have additional questions, if this sparked something, if you're wondering, am I in a relationship or getting to know somebody who's emotionally unavailable, just make sure you just reply to whatever message you received this video with, because you can ask an additional question and we can schedule time to talk. I mean, we actually have team members, Michelle, myself, and team members who can talk to you and really get you clear, because you want to be clear so that whatever decision you make, you're making an informed decision and not an emotional or an emotions-based decision, okay? And I also want to let you know that, of course, we're going to be talking about this a lot at the Irresistible Woman Live. It is a 3-day live event where we spend the 3 days breaking through old patterns, whether they're thought patterns or behavior patterns, so that you, on the other side of that, on the other side of your breakthrough, we're also going to teach you how to date successfully, how to tell if a man is a high quality man, if he's emotionally unavailable or not, what you can do to make sure you're only attracting men who are a match for you, your values, your vision, and what you want to experience in a relationship. So if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, the price is going up. So make sure you click on the link that's somewhere with this message as well. Grab your spot and join us for the Irresistible Woman Live, November 14th through the 16th. And I will see you on tomorrow's Burning Question. Bye for now.